So now the iPhone 8 won't have a curved display. Maybe it won't have a built-in home button. Maybe it won't have a built-in fingerprint reader. Maybe it'll have a regular physical button. Probably definitely won't have USB-C. Who knows? Maybe it'll bring back the headphone jack and explode. So there's a couple reports going around now that's saying we won't have a curved display on the iPhone 8, which a lot of people were looking forward to. I think the reason we were really into that is because Samsung is really the only company that has done that. I can't think of any other phone, definitely any flagship phone that does that. That's kind of been their unique thing, and this would be a big push towards Apple can do this too, even though Samsung would be designing the displays. My opinion on curved displays is they are cool. I don't think they're necessary though. When I used my Note 7, it was nice having those thin bezels, but at the same time I was thinking, you know what? If you could make those thin bezels without having to curve the display, that would be fine too. I'd rather you not warp the display, so when I'm looking at videos and pictures, they don't kind of curve off too much. See, to me, it's way more obvious on the Galaxy S7, which has a more significant curve, and that is noticeable. When watching videos, when taking pictures, I can see a noticeable bend in the display, whereas the Note 7, it wasn't that obvious. So obviously, all the better to you if you can fit razor-thin bezels in a flat display. That's fine, I'm okay with that. Because several times, maybe this hasn't happened to everyone, but when you're holding a curved display, you can kind of set off things on the screen going on when you don't want them to, and that's when it starts to get annoying. The other thing to keep in mind about the iPhone edition, as they say, it may change again, but that's exactly my point. Apple's currently experimenting with tons and tons of prototypes right now. It is still way too early in the iPhone edition design process for us to have any kind of concrete, yes, this is going to happen on the next iPhone. People on the inside are saying they're trying some phones with OLED, some phones without. What it means is they are simply testing things. They're doing research and development. So this does not confirm there will not be a curved display, even though a lot of us would like that because it looks really cool when you do those concept images from the side and you can see the display warping over. That's kind of neat, right? But again, it serves not much functional purpose. Samsung tried to add a lot of functional purpose by like swiping to the side, but I see that used less than 3D touch, which is not that much. I don't know. It's just with all the different ways you can navigate through your phone with Android, swiping from the side to access quick things doesn't seem any faster than just going to the home screen or multitasking, you know, things that are already there. So that's why the curved display thing doesn't wow me. It's purely aesthetic. So the fact that it might not be there doesn't bother me at all. And if you recall from my Note 7 review, I mentioned curved displays are cool, but all they really are is an easier way for us to get to bezel-less design. The Galaxy S8 is definitely getting there. As we can see with those leaked images, Samsung is taking this curved display route, as in we get closer to the point where we have one display in our hand, we stop even thinking about the bezels. And Samsung's had quite a bit of success with it. See, before they wanted to give their users an option, so when they released the S6 Edge, the first curved display phone, they had a flat version and a curved version, and people bought both, but Samsung was slowly realizing that more people wanted that extra edge. To get an edge upon the market, that's a pun! It's late, oh god. And they even did that again with the Galaxy S7. You had a regular version and an edge. But now it's rumored with the Galaxy S8 they are not going to have an edge and a regular. They are just going to have the curved displays and they will just call that the S8. Which, you know, that makes sense because I was getting tired of saying all these different things. S8 Edge Plus. Too many words. Just narrow it down. Shrink your name like a shrink your bezel, Samsung. Which they're doing. I'm grateful for now. But a lot of you in the comments have mentioned before you don't like that. Some of you out there really do prefer having that flat display. Maybe Apple's trying to appeal to a large majority of people. And they're doing lots of user testing and being like, hey, do you like the curved display? Do you not like it? Would Apple actually put functional features in a curved display like Samsung has with slide over? Only thing I can think of is slide over, which would be directly ripping off Samsung. Maybe they'll do that, but I feel like Apple thinks higher than that. They're like, nah, no one's gonna use that. It's also rumored that the new OLED display on the next iPhone is going to cost 60% more than the displays costed before. Yeah, so that's gonna put a bigger price dent in all of our wallets as well, which means maybe they're experimenting with the display and trying to find ways to make it cheaper, and perhaps making it flat and not curved is a lot cheaper, I would assume it is. And in that case, sure, I would gladly take a little more bezel if that meant they could keep the price lower, or they could keep the price the same and have like a 128 gigabyte starting. That would be great for, you know, the luxury iPhone. You know, Samsung makes curved TVs, so why can't they put those curved edges like they have on the Galaxy S7 and soon the S8 on their Galaxy Tab? They still want to have those giant tablets. I would like to see a tablet that has that edge-to-edge design. You know, it could have competed with the 10.5-inch one coming out soon. I don't know, just an idea. But my hope is that you don't read every new report and think, oh no, now it won't have that. Oh no, now it won't have that. Nothing's confirmed until we really have a leaked photo of it, which still will not be for a while because they might not go into production until late in the year. Unlikely now that the iPhone edition will be available at September. So don't lose all hope, but also don't get too excited. So I'm trying to tell you to just kind of, you know, stay neutral about everything because that's exciting. Yeah, that's what you want to hear from the Apple sheep. Everything is completely average. Don't get happy or sad. You're welcome. This is coming from an expert. This is your Apple Sheep here, and I will see you in the next one.